Hello and welcome back to Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templar. Yeah, I cheated. I used the hint system over here. What I should have been doing is that I should have been using that on there.
It was time for some brutal destruction.
I have no idea what this thing was supposed to be doing, but...
Hey, that's hollow! I'd poked a hole in an historical site. If any archaeologists came by, they'd lynch me for this. There was some sort of mechanism hidden inside the wall.
A mechanism, you
say? With a lever in the middle of it.
A lever?
Close up, I could see the plaster was thinner where I'd broken through. And behind it were some cogs and a lever. Here goes. The secret door had jammed. I couldn't get through that gap. Inside the hole, I could see one of the cogs had come loose and jammed the mechanism solid. I'd pulled the lever right over.
Use some... Oh, now we can interact with this. Okay, it looks like we're going to be doing some things. Ooh. Nice. That was very simplistic and cartoonish how the door opened. What's in here? I don't even remember any of this shit.
The door mechanism was trashed. It would take a blacksmith or an engineer to do anything with that. Boy, had I ever made a mess of that door.
Yeah, I totally thrashed it. Oh my god. What's this?
There was a crack in the wall. Through it, I could see a glimmer of natural light.
Yeah, let's look through it. Oh, I spit all over my leg.
In the beginning was the end. An end wrought by our enemies began our darkness. In the end will be a beginning. An end to our enemies heralds our new day. Report.
The military establishments are in flux. The end of the Cold War has left them with no clear goal and as obvious targets for budgetary cuts. We have successfully promoted a sense of betrayal in the upper echelons. They feel that the politicians have cast them adrift. The pattern is emerging. Our time is now.
Good. Mademoiselle?
Governments are giving the corporations more respect than their own citizens. A groundswell of dissatisfaction and dissidence is growing. The corporations are becoming too large and complex for their own executives to control them. A blind belief in market forces is accelerating this trend the world over. The pattern is emerging. Our time is now.
The global population's belief in those that govern it has never been lower. We have inculcated a sense of immediacy and action over forethought and planning in all the major governments. They are acting on hasty decisions that cannot be completed or revoked without appearing foolish. The pattern is emerging. Our time is now.
Excellent. The tired old governments are dying a slow death from their own incompetence and our machinations. Professor, where is the broken sword?
Broken sword?
As we discussed last time, with the loss of the manuscript, our search is as a corollary hindered.
And as discussed last time, you have been furnished with a dramatically increased budget. What have you been doing with our money, Professor?
We are working on the principle that the Templars, that is to say our predecessors,
Hold on. These are the Templars?
must have left a trail when they were hiding the clues to the Sword of Baphomet's location.
Sword of
I have
Baphomet's.
a small army of historians and archaeologists ferreting out that trail.
I trust these historians and archaeologists are more trustworthy than your friend Pegram.
Pegram was loyal. He tried to protect the Lochmarn gem when the Hashashin came near.
And failed. And don't call that Syrian maniac the Hashashin. He's an assassin. Plain and simple.
Well, they're both one and the
That's
same.
not what he believes. He actually thinks.
Silence! Do I have to remind you that we have a sacred duty? A trust? When Philippe attempted to destroy the Order, we lost the sword and our power with it. Now we have the opportunity to reforge it.
The Sword
But
of
time is
Baphomet.
short. We need results, not petty bickering, not excuses. Now, Professor Baphomet.
Yes, of course. My apologies. We will find Baphomet and the sword, manuscript or no. We have already found another element actually within Paris.
Oh.
Excellent. What is it?
Well, we're not exactly sure at present.
Ha!
But I have my best people working on it. You would do well not to criticize others, Eklund. At least I have not murdered one of our own.
Oh.
Of course. That guy was the bogus doctor in the hospital.
Yeah.
Marquet was a liability. Eklund dealt with him on my orders.
I beg your pardon, Grandmaster. I did not mean to.
Have you any good news for us, Professor?
We already know 3 of the elements.
What's that?
We know that Klausner had obtained the lens before he vanished.
The lens.
Where was he?
Syria.
You mean the
We
gem?
know that he arrived, but after that, nothing.
The assassin.
I fear so. It's a shame. Klausner was a good operative.
This will be our last meeting in person until we locate the Sword of Baphomet. I hope that I don't need to emphasize the importance of finding it. Without it, our endeavors come to nothing. With the sword reforged, we will have the power to sweep the stage of all opposition the next time that we meet. It will be to become the princess of this world!
And princess. Oh. Oh. Also, look at this down here. Yeah, let's go down. Now, look at these things right here. A long time ago, these things were for holding horses and keeping them, round up. And they have them down here. So do they have the horses right here and they all gather around here? And if that's so, well, they could just simply come down here with them. Why would they? They would just keep them up above ground. There's a lot of things that I don't understand. Okay. Oh. Non omnis morar Clurior intoberis.
I noticed 3 small notches around the edge of the stump's top.
Oh, well.
The tripod's feet fitted neatly into the notches on the top of the stump. The light falling from above struck the gem and scattered in 5 neat rays.
M-A-R-I-B.
And each ray picked out a letter. Starting from the left, I could read M-A-R-I-B.
Marib.
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 Now all I had to do was figure out what the heck that meant.
Back in Nico's apartment.
Nico, I've seen them.
Who?
The Templars. I spied on their meeting in the catacombs.
And you saw the Knights Templar?
I
Yes.
saw a bunch of guys masquerading as Templars. They're after something called the Sword of Baphomet. The bogus doctor was there, the guy who killed Marquet. The manuscript is the key, just as we thought. It shows the way to the broken sword, whatever that is.
And how does the assassin fit into all this?
He's out to stop them. These Neo-Templars, They're men and women in influential positions. Don't you see?
Neo
Planet
Templar.
Tower was one of them. The assassin killed him for the manuscript, to stop them finding the sword.
But now we have got the manuscript.
Yes.
So, how do they hope to find the sword?
I don't know. They said something about a lens and a guy called Klausner who's gone to Syria, but they didn't seem to realize the significance of the very site of their meeting. You see, after they'd gone, I discovered a stone pedestal and a carved inscription. I set up the gem on the tripod, directly below a beam of light. The gem split the beam and lit the letters M-A-R-I-B.
Marib is a village in Syria. You're not thinking of going there yourself, are you?
Why not?
These guys are crazy and dangerous. That reminds me, you should leave the gem here.
That's a good idea.
What about the tripod?
I'll send it back to Andre, anonymously.
Good call. Let's look at this ball.
No.
Oh, you'd rather not? No? You son of a bitch.
Do you think I should go to Marib?
Syria is a long way, Georges.
Alright. So, let's go to the airport, I guess. Oh, there we are. Oh, wait. There's two places that we could go to. We could go to Marib, or we could go to Spain. What should we go to first? Let's go to Spain. Marib. Spain. A few hours later. Oh, jeez. Oh. A lot of shiz going on. We're right next to this kid, so let's talk to him.
The stand was being watched by a young boy, maybe 12 years old.
Let's talk to him.
Hey there, young fella. Speak you the English? Speak you the Anglaise? Parlez-vous anglais?
Oh,
Yes,
God.
si, and indeed we, and rather better than you by the sound of it. My name is Nijo. Welcome to my grand emporium of quality merchandise.
Uh-huh.
So, this is your stand?
Oh, yes, sir. Though stand does not begin to do it justice. The finest in this bustling metropolis.
This is a bustling metropolis?
Well, not per se, no.
How much are those books there on the shelf?
Have you any Syrian pounds?
I think I might have a couple of Irish pund.
Then they're too expensive for you, sir.
Very.
You speak very good English.
Thank you, sir. I learned from tapes that my uncle procured.
Oh, a language course.
No, sir. Jeeves and Wooster. Gussie, Fink, Noto, Aunt Agatha. What ho?
I don't know anything about that.
Does the word Templar mean anything to you?
Templar. Ah, Templar. Templar! Why, yes, of course.
It does?
Yes. A splendid series of books by Mr. Leslie Chatteris, featuring the roguish Mr. Simon Templar.
Great. That's a real help, Nijo. Anything else?
The Saint television program, featuring Mr. Roger Moore of the quizzical eyebrow, and a stick man with a halo. Bing!
What the fuck was I just bombarded with?
So all Templar means to you is Roger Moore.
I only watched it for the stick man with the halo. Bing! He was better animated.
I don't know what we're going to expect from saying this.
So I'm correct in saying that the word Templar doesn't mean much to you.
Well, there was the Order of Knights who were wiped out in an inquisition in 1312.
That's them.
Yeah.
What else do you know?
Just how much information do you think there is on a Trivial Pursuit card? What? I mean, the evil edition. We had it on the stand a couple of years ago. Ask me what a feuter is. Go on. I know all this stuff.
Never mind. Okay, forget about the Templars for a minute. What do you know about knights?
Like the Crusaders, they came to the East on an insane and pointless mission.
Yeah.
They sacrificed thousands of lives, including their own,
Yep.
for insensate pride.
Mm-hmm.
How anyone can find them romantic confounds me.
Have you seen this man? Oh, wait. Before we do that, I'm going to have to call that an episode here. In the next episode, we're going to give the third degree to a 12-year-old. See you then. Bye!